You know, basketball is part of my life, and it's the craft that I've poured my heart and soul into. But sports and life are synonymous with the lessons that it teaches you, you know, the confidence that it builds, and I think that's something that we can carry and hopefully inspire for athletes and non-athletes to find their full potential, have belief in themselves, you know, be a part of something greater than themselves as well. Kind of cements home, yes, I'm very surprised with where I'm at, but it's not surprising knowing all the work that I've put in and the way that I've tried to approach it. It sounds so cliche, but it's literally just, you know, living every day, just trying to get better, just a little bit, and appreciating having a sense of gratitude of not just the experience that you have, but the people that you get to have it with, and the fact that I have so many of my old teammates, coaches, you'll see in the film, people that are part of the Davidson community, the community where in Charlotte where I grew up, and even now to the Bay Area, and me playing for the Warriors for 14 years. There's so many people that have been a part of this, and to hear the story from their vantage point as well, not just mine, and the ability to, you know, share that with the world that may not know a lot about, you know, the origin story of where I came from at Davidson, and the things that I learned to help me get to where I am today. So excited to share it. Underrated is about you know, one of the most famous athletes on the planet, somebody who really transcended the sport that he plays, the game of basketball, and in many ways has changed it. But it's about the little known stories that led to his rise, and how he had to overcome a lot of obstacles in order to get there. You know, for Steph, his expectations were very low in terms of the outside looking in, but the expectations that he had for himself internally were so outsized. You know, and watching that conflict as it comes up, and basketball is a game where you know, it selects for height, it selects for size. You know, and for him to be an undersized guy who had the impact on the college level and then later on the pro level that he had was really unexpected. You know, and watching what he goes through, I think it's bigger than a sports film, honestly. It's really inspiring. I think people will get a lot out of it, no matter what their interest in the sport is. For the film to premiere here at Sundance, specifically here at the Eccles Theater, it means a lot. Like our filmmaker Pete Nix, great friend of mine, phenomenal documentarian. He's been at the festival a few times, won the directing prize for nonfiction a few years back. But this is his first time to play a film in Eccles, you know. So I'm really excited about that. Happy I get to be here with him for that. And I know it's Steph's first time being at the festival as well. So you know, I think that's the biggest thing that I'm excited about.
Even though we were part of the interviews and things of really getting it together and the content of it, until you actually hear what they're doing, bringing it together, you see a little clips of it, you don't really understand the magnitude of this. So I'm really excited myself tonight to just see it all pulled together, and for the world to be able to see just his message. People expected you to look a certain way and to do certain things, and he's created his own way. He's persevered. He's committed to being intentional about where he wanted to be with his life and what he wanted to do with basketball. And then off the court, same thing, just as a father, as a husband, and so I'm just excited, and I'm just blessed to just know that my son's going to be able to have an impact like he's going to have with this movie.
Stephen has had a journey of joy, and I've had the great fortune of accompanying him on part of that journey. And to see it come to this kind of destination is an extraordinary experience for me, and I'm very excited about it. He lives his life with great joy. He is what he is. He's so genuine. And I must say, his parents did a remarkable job of raising him, of teaching him values, of instilling in him all the qualities that he demonstrates not just on a basketball court, but in life. I rated him pretty highly, actually, thinking that he was going to be a very good player for us. So he is never and never will be underrated in my judgment.
I've known him since he was 16 years old, and now he's turning 35 in 2 months. So I've seen him grow. I've seen him mature as a father, as a leader, as someone that a lot of people look up to, and it's truly a remarkable experience. He's someone that always strives to get better. And one thing that's great about him is that he's the most selfless human being I've ever been around. He puts other people first, and I think that just elevates to who he is as a human being. I think it's more than just a sports story, to be honest. It's about his life, his devotion to the family, his teammates, his upbringing. I think people can really see who Stephen is as an individual and not just a basketball player.
Well, most of the story takes place in the past, and so, he wasn't recruited by any major Division I basketball colleges. And Davidson College, the coach there, saw something in Stephen that he liked, and it's a mid-major school. And so he was underrated. I mean, he was not getting recruited by Duke or Kansas. And this is kind of for lack of a better term, sort of a no-name college school at the time. And the coach McKillop saw something in him, and they went to the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament in 2008.
People know Stephen's greatness today, but they don't fully understand the doubt and the barriers that he faced as a young, skinny high school athlete who had all the advantages in the world, a father who played for the NBA, yet was almost completely and universally overlooked because he was just small. It's a bit of a sports movie. It's got thrilling sports sequences in it, but it's so much more than that. There's this universal theme of being overlooked, places where we've been in our life where we didn't feel seen or heard. That's something that we all have experienced at one point or another in our lives. And this notion of family, the importance of family and community, is such a universal idea that we knew that would transcend the sports format of the film. What was surprising about him was, this untold story of his relationship to this college, to his friends on that team that were family to him, to his coach, who was a profound mentor for him, and his parents. We spend time with him, his family, his kids, Aisha. We talk to Del and Sonia. We meet Grandma Candy. We meet his cousins, and you really start to get a sense of where this guy came from and that environment, how it shaped him and how it allowed him to have that self-confidence to push through all those doubts and all the doubters who sort of didn't see him when he was at that moment where he could have gone this way or that way. Screening underrated at Sundance is it's a humbling experience. It's exciting. It's moving. It's emotional. For me as a storyteller to be able to share a film collectively with an audience, to have people waiting outside for your film, excited to see it. It's what you work for.